Generals, gentlemen.
Hello and welcome back to the Generals, Gentlemen. We are very excited because we have found a map worse than Tournament Desert.
We have. This is called Seaside something Mutiny, maybe.
Seaside Mutiny.
Yeah,
yep.
Seaside Mutiny. And yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan, to be honest. Like,
yeah, it's a very interesting style of map because you only had the one supply in your base, one supply, and then as for your second supply, you have to go in the middle or in the top where there's like 3 old derricks. So it's a very interesting style of pace where players are kind of like forced into being hyper aggressive to secure the forward supplies.
Yeah. Anyway, we do have Drug Victim as the vanilla GLA.
Which is Rage. That's Rage.
It is Rage, is it?
Yep.
Alright, cool, sweet. Against who's that? Is it
Herb.
It is Herb. Okay, as the China.
I don't know. I think
we
it
were
was
checking.
I
think
know.
it was
Tank, maybe.
I was thinking vanilla, but I'm not 100% sure.
I forget.
We will work it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, but apparently this game is really good. It's been the recent replay of the week, the current replay of the week, rather.
Oh, fantastic. I see supply trucks.
Oh, there we go. Taking down that worker there. That's a very important tunnel to get because that's right near that forward supply. But there's actually Rage going for his forward supply as well. So both players now getting their forward supplies rolling. However, the truck from Herb can actually crush all these workers.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what Herb decides to do. It looks like there is so many garrisons there that it probably won't matter too much, but it is going to deny the mining of Rage just for the moment. Doesn't manage to get that worker out in time.
So there are trucks on the field there, and that's a very
war factory. That's good to see.
Yeah, so he might be able to get like a fast flame tank and just completely decimate this entire encampment here from Rage. We'll have to see how it goes though. Maybe it's a tech terror in that RPG. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, let's see. As he is coming around, we do have like a lot of supply trucks and the dozer grouped up there. So yeah, it is in fact an RPG. And if he takes that garrison, deciding to pop the troops back into the RPG for now with that flame tank just coming out.
Oh, and a fast airfield for Herb here, getting a fast helix as well. That could be very dangerous for Rage here. But he does have a couple of quads on the field, but will they be enough to intercept that? Actually, looks like the Tech Terror will scout that airfield in time. The Tech Terror probably won't be able to do much.
Looks
though.
like the Helix is in. Oh no, Helix is not turning around. No, Helix is deciding to be chilling, which means that a couple of the supply trucks are going to go down, but he is going to focus that tunnel, which is quite important. The flame tank is going to take down the middle supply of Rage.
That's a bit of a big deal there for Rage, and there's actually another truck as well, which could be used to crush these workers on the supply line. And interesting enough, though, it's actually a Gatling Helix. No rocket troops inside, no bunker helix, just a Gatling Helix, but still very effective.
Oh yeah, especially against a map that's this big and this spread out with Rage is really going to rely on his tunnel movement in order to counter that. So.
Yeah, so the truck actually thinks healed one worker so far, forcing the rest off to retreat into that tunnel. So Rage is taking a huge blow to his income here, losing the forward supply and his base workers now as well. Only has these old derricks capping though, which will be good.
Yeah, starting to cap them down. We'll see what the Helix is. The Helix is moving across the map now, accompanied by a Gatling.
Yeah. But still, if he gets caught by a couple of quads, you know, he can say goodbye to that Helix, so we'll have to see if he manages to... Oh, but the flame tank's...
Flame tank's getting in the base, but it's not actually focusing down the tunnel network, so that'll be interesting to see if Rage manages to pop some quads out. He does! There's 2 quads popping out now, along with 2 RPGs. That's really going to force the Helix off, and it may, in fact, the Dragon Tank will go down. It's a bit unfortunate that he didn't decide to focus the tunnel network. He did manage to take down the arms dealer, which is very important again, but if he took down the tunnel network, he might have been able to take out the entire base of Rage.
That's right. It's very important taking down those important tunnels to prevent the GLA from moving in. But now Herb having 2 supplies rolling, I think he's going to go ahead. Unless these 3 old derricks can stay there for a while, especially with the refinery as well, as it'll give him a discounted rate on his vehicles.
Yeah, I'd say 3 old derricks will definitely outweigh single supply at the moment. So
yeah, that's true. But Herb having the good map control with the center position. But now there is a second Gatling tank going to actually take down some of these workers and deny the Stinger Sight. It's actually very important getting that Stinger Sight up because that will completely deny the Helix. Stinger Sights aren't very good at ground targets, but they're actually very effective anti-air.
Oh, we see the terrorists moving in as well. That's going to take out the Gat tank. It does in fact take it out, but it takes out the Stinger Sight as well. And that Dragon tank is moving up. Let's see if it can get there in time. Looks like there's a second Dragon tank there. It's going to start flaming down that tunnel. If Rage doesn't pop something out too, he's going to lose this entire base.
This base is definitely going down, but there's also a huge quad push as well in the base of Herb here. Is going to take down the airfield with 5 quads.
Looks like it, and he really doesn't have anything to defend it up here. Both his helixes have moved into the base of Rage now.
Yeah,
and
he's got a prop tower as well on one of them, so
Yeah.
he can regen this second helix and get him that increased attack speed.
Exactly
but it won't
right,
be
but
enough.
there are a lot of quads down there. It looks like he's going to sell off the force the sell off of the arms dealer. So the only base now Rage really has is up the top. But then again, Herb has lost that top supply.
Yeah, so it's, I think with this map, it's because it's just so aggressive, it's so open and exposed. It means it's really easy to lose your bases if you don't actually see the push coming.
Yeah, it's going to be all over the place.
It's going to come down to these middle supplies against the 3 old Derricks here from Drug Victim. And they've got to be careful you don't actually lose those old Derricks because once they go down, you can't rebuild them. Whereas, like supply trucks, obviously you can rebuild the trucks, you can rebuild the supply center. So old Derricks are a lot harder to keep alive than what supplies are.
Yeah, and we do see a couple of choke points just around the side there with tunnels and stuff, but I'm not sure how many quads exactly that Rage actually has inside those tunnels, and that's really going to... Herb deciding to back those helixes off now. We do see that, the quad's coming out. That was an excellent move there, just making sure he doesn't get attacked. But yeah, with those choke points just along the side there, it's going to be a fairly defensible base. The problem being that he only actually has, I think, quads at the moment, maybe a couple of RPGs, so it'll be... I don't know how well he'll deal with the flame tanks flaming down the holes, the tunnel networks.
Might even be a good idea for Herb to actually get the napalm bombs on his helixes.
Excellent idea.
Because then he can drop a napalm bomb right on those tunnels. So then if the quads pop out, they actually get caught. Is that his last dozer? He might even lose this dozer here.
Herb actually, despite the fact of having lose his base, Herb did not in fact move that dozer away. Interesting choice there. We do see 3 dragon tanks moving in the side. It looks like those are the...
It will get scouted though by the workers, so we'll be able to defend some time. The dragon tanks can firewall down those quads.
Okay, we do the firewall going down now, and it's starting. And that means the second will do a lot of damage, but he does manage to pop both of the quads back in time. However, 2 RPGs do go down to the storm. Looks like, is he flaming one of his own dragon tanks?
Doesn't matter though. Flame tanks have a full flame resistance.
They do, don't they?
Yeah,
okay.
that's why if you have 2 enemy flame tanks, they just sit there going,
like,
damn it, I can't kill you.
do anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Now there's huge engagement
massive
here.
Quad versus
Gatling.
engagement here, but those quads are getting really bedded now and scrapped, so that means they're going to take down the Gats really easily, simply because
they were scrapped and they were quadded,
and the vet is just absolutely nuts on them, and they the quads weren't actually the Gatlings weren't actually sped up at the time. He didn't speed them up on the way there, or he just engaged straight away, which is an interesting choice given how vetted they were.
I'm pretty sure Gatlings are actually better than quads, like they can win in one-on-one, but not when there's that
when there's that
scrap
many
advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, it was even numbers, it was 5 versus 5, but the quads just had the scrap.
Yeah.
They had the vet, so ultimately they came victorious. The dragon tank's taking down several of these quads as well.
It's
as
like
the
another
tunnel.
one, will in fact go down.
So Victim's getting pushed back quite far, but he does actually have the supply in Herb's old base, getting a Stinger Sight and an Arms Dealer. So if he can get this base rolling, then he should be fine. But in the meantime, it's a very risky game here for Victim.
That's his only tunnel network up there, and he does manage to pull out the 2 scrapped quads, and then just going to take down the dragon tank straight away.
Seconds.
Yeah, but that tunnel network is still quite vulnerable, so if Herb can really capitalize that and push up, it'll be very important. And we do see have moving into the old base of Raid. So we're just doing a little bit of a swap there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they weren't happy with the original starting positions, and then I decided they mix it up a little bit.
Yep, and actually Herb having a dozer. I thought he lost his last dozer, but no, he still has one left, and actually moving the helixes into the quads as well, he might take them out. Those quads are so powerful.
Tanking the damage, but now the quads are just absolutely going to nuke down those helixes. That was not the best move. He's only going to manage to take out one, perhaps the second.
Yep.
Second does go down with the help of that Battle Master there, but...
A 1-for-1 trade is not effective
that
against
is not really
quads.
how it works.
And we do have the fact that now Herb is China Vanilla, which we didn't know originally. So definitely China Vanilla with the Vanilla Battle Masters. Interesting enough, we are actually seeing Vanilla Battle Masters, which are quite terrible, but still they are being used because they're the ideal counter to these quads.
Yeah, so it's moving in now, so we'll actually manage to get taken out by the double quads. The quads being much faster than that slow little normal Battle Master.
Yeah, I think a scrapped and vetted quad will be able to 1v1 a Vanilla Battle Master. They're not really good at much. Usually people go for the outposts instead, because outposts are still very good against quads. Especially with how cheap they are as USA China. China Vanilla.
Interestingly, I didn't see a napalm bomb go down. I mean, that would have been great against, especially taking out those all Derricks at the top. I mean, that's a lot of Ranger's income. That's really massive that he still has them there. I mean, he does have 2 quads nearby, but he probably could have managed to take them out, take out the buildings in time, take out the all Derricks.
Getting a fake arms dealer as well, not a bad choice there by Rage, probably just to give Herb some more targets to attack and confuse him, wasting his precious time, because you really don't want to lose your arms dealer, because that cuts down your precious quad production.
Yeah, so as long as Rage can hold on to this, I mean, he's got solid control of those 3 oil derricks, as well as the previous base of Rage. It'll be interesting to see how this comes. We do have an Arty Strike coming in now.
Arty Strike is in a cup bomb as well.
Combined. Hopefully that's going to take out the oil derricks.
It should be because of how grouped these oil derricks are. The Arty Strike and the A10
yeah, it's
carpet
really
bomb,
dangerous for it.
It's probably going to take it out.
Will the carpet bomb survive though? Yeah, it's dropping its bombs now. Yeah, that's falling now. It looks like
every single one.
Oh, that's all of it. The
None of them
refinery
surviving.
Does in fact survive. But here we go. We have some listing outposts combined with Gats here, but the quads are getting caught a little bit out of position, and looks like he will manage to keep all of the listing outposts alive while still chasing down that last quad.
So there are several quads left, and actually trying to cap this outpost now, but there's so many, what am I saying? The oil derricks gone down is a huge blow to Rage's income now, only having the one base supply where Rage actually has both. But meanwhile, the quads are trying to engage against these Gats and outposts, but it's not a very good battle here, only having quads because of how little damage they actually do. But there is a mine drop on the tunnel networks there, but it looks like the worker will actually clean it up.
Now. But we do have the Arty platform has been acquired.
This one is getting flamed though.
Yeah, so make sure he couldn't actually cap it. So that's going to be good at forcing off the army of Herb. I mean, he's not really going to be able to move in there without the risk of taking some Arty shots.
Yeah, so there's still the refinery for Rage. It's not really a big deal, but it can add up over the long run, having the discount rates on these quads. So I think in the meantime, though, we're just going to have to see Herb try and finish off Victim by harassing his supplies there, but he does actually have the 2 stinger sites, and that can definitely slow down any kind of harassment. But it looks like we have a huge army of quads actually pushing out.
Yeah, going out now, but yeah, because I definitely think Rage needs more income now. He's lost those oil derricks. It's really important for him to find either push back or find some way to get some more income himself. So he is moving now towards his old base area where Herb does have a supply at the moment.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it looks like the army from Herb is going to do its own sort of counterattack in the isolated base. So we might have a bit of a base exchange here, where actually they both lose their bases, or even an overlord on the field as well, with an ECM.
That'll be good against dealing with any RPGs that Rage has managed to put up now, but Herb doesn't have anything to defend this bottom supply. Looks like that will go down.
And he's trying to cap...
no, in fact, not in time and to cap the war factory. That would be
very on the ball there, yeah, with his Gatling. And there's actually even a Lotus as well, maybe going to cap the artillery platform and some other important buildings.
Yeah, okay, we do have the engagement. We have them moving in now. And the Overlord isn't actually at the front though, so he's not doing really a lot of damage. And that looks like that Dragon tank will actually get focused before it can take down all of the networks. But
the Flame Crews can actually decrew the Stingers.
Yeah,
so it's a very good counter.
That'll be a good help.
Oh, but meanwhile, actually, the quads have taken out all of the base here and now are moving into the middle supplies. So this could be a very deadly blow here for her, because there only really has several of his buildings. He could lose them quite easily. But there is the minefield surrounding those supplies, so he could actually take out a lot of these quads if Raid isn't paying attention.
A couple of those supply trucks do go down, but there is an Overlord right next to the quads. That's going to force them the hell off. There's no way they can deal with an Overlord.
No, definitely not. No, the perfect counter to the quads are those Overlords, of course. And now it looks like
site will in fact go down.
Raid is going to lose his entire base here.
Yeah, no,
so that's a bit of a big deal. A Carpet Bomb is actually going to take down...
Carpet Bomb that's going to... not quite. Unfortunately, only taking out 2 of the quads. But he has found the command center of Herb, so it'll be interesting to see if he decides to focus that down. Yeah, it looks like he will, and I don't think Herb can get there in time, so he will lose his general's abilities.
Yeah, but there's actually the quads on top of these mines. They're not dying, though. They're stuck there. If they move, they are dead. But in the meantime, there is a prop center as well. The Overlord looks like it'll actually save that. Yeah, and that's very important there, because that prop center will give him the production of more of these Overlords and the ECMs to deal with the RPGs.
Yeah, especially with Lotus on the field, I think it's really important that Victim do something, Rage do something with the troops that he does have. A good job there, kind of juking the Overlord, trying to draw him out, so hopefully he can push back into the base.
This Terrorist may actually do quite a fair damage though. I don't think it'll one-shot him, but it can definitely hurt him, and this is very exposed here. He probably shouldn't throw away an Overlord like that. Yeah. Because there's no way he can stand up to all of these quads.
Yeah. And the Terrorist takes off about half his health. He kind of like threw it out there. Against the RPGs and just that many quads, it just wasn't viable.
The thing is, though, that you should try and do, if you're in a situation like that, is instead of letting the Terrorist get the kill, if one of the quads or RPGs gets the kill on the Overlord, then they get quite a fair bit of veterancy. But when the Terrorist gets the kill, obviously the Terrorist dies, so there's no vet there. And actually, it looks like Herb will lose his prop center.
Yeah, prop center's going down, but Lotus up the top was in fact capping the barracks of Rage. So she has managed to capture that, and it looks like she's going to have free reign into what remains of a base for for Rage.
Yeah, it's very cutthroat here, and it looks like Victim is now back to his original base. So nice base swapping here. Herb now mining from his own. So base swapping
Absolutely
twice.
brilliant.
It's a bit of a crazy game here on Seaside Mutiny.
We've also got a couple of terrorists moving in now. Looks like they're going to go for a supply truck hunt, but we do have the mines to worry about. They should take care of that terrorist aggression.
Oh.
Yeah, running into the mines there and blowing them up. Oh, but doing a fair bit of damage to that war factory. So with those two RPGs, they might actually manage to take it out in
garrison?
time.
I didn't know.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that was a garrison.
Yeah, I had no idea. Okay, that's
So-
a garrison. Yeah, it looks like unless we can get a plane tank in there fairly shortly, he might actually lose
There's
that
a
war
factory, yeah, and the supply as well.
Yeah, which is quite really important for him at the moment. That's a fairly big quad army.
It is, and a lot of them are actually scrapped out. Look, they're all double or single scrapped. So I think Herb's gonna have a bit of a difficulty actually dealing with these quads. He's gonna need several overlords at any given time, but then the overlords.
Oh, he is deciding to go with an airfield. I don't know if that's the best choice
Given how
against
many
just
quads
this
there are.
many quads.
Especially given how that
Oh,
carpet
the carpet bomb, that was
miss.
well predicted, well scouted out, sorry, by Rage. So
Yeah, well
it
dodged.
did manage to avoid the carpet bomb, which is very important.
And a mine drop actually, dropping a couple of mine. No, that's from the supply. Is that it over here? What, I don't know. If
I don't know whether he's going for the barracks or maybe that's his only building that he can
Where
see.
did he drop the mines? Oh,
I'm
that's
not-
where it
Oh,
was.
yeah, okay, down there.
Nice
yep.
mine drop. Because that could definitely intercept. Oh, we're going to take out all the workers, and now Lotus will actually cap the supply. So a very good move there by Herb, but now the quads are actually pushing into the base of Herb here.
And he only really has the command center, which he just threw down then, and he's already used his carpet bomb. So with that airfield there, unless he can get his army in there quickly.
But there goes
he's
the
in a lot of
mines. He
trouble.
might run
the
them over.
mines. He's running right into the mines. Rage is not
Oh,
watching.
no!
He's watching. No, he's losing all the quads. Several quads to go down. He lost like 4 quads there. He's backing off the quads now because, oh crap, I just lost like half of them.
Yep, the Vet 2-1 will generate its health, so that's fine. But the Overlord Quad, ECM, and Outpost Army will be able to probably finish off the base. Now, pinging just to let him know that the mines are actually there. So a good move. The Fire Base may be able to take down some of these quads here. They don't do much damage, but they have a lot of range.
And we do have that listening outpost there as well, so that's just hanging around for the moment. So yeah, that's doing a fair bit of damage, but I'm not sure what he's going to...
A helix.
A helix! Why?
Not a good choice.
Hey, that is
Not
not
a
the
good
best
choice.
choice you've ever had. Unless he gets like a really lucky napalm bomb, I'm not really
Yeah.
sure if he can deal with quads.
I
would have
think
gone
so.
with the
No,
war
it's a bunker
factory.
helix.
Oh, okay.
But the command center will get taken
That's
out
the second
now.
time that the command center has been taken out by Rage, who's doing quite good. But at the same time, Herb is pushing into the current base of Rage, and with and Lotus has been stealing funds from that supply center there as well.
It may even be a base race at this stage, to be honest here.
Yeah.
But it looks that the China will actually come above in the base race,
Yeah.
which is to be expected when you have overlords as opposed to quads. But still, quads with the scrap and the vet are actually very effective against buildings with their raw damage. Oh, we're going to be lifting off the dozer. A good move there by Herb, because then he can actually move the dozer into the corner of the base and then rebuild the supply. He actually has quite a bit of money as well in the bank, so he can definitely do that. No problems at all.
Okay, what else we have going
Oh,
on here?
man.
We have a supply. Man, Rage is just all over the place. It's like you destroy my base, that's cool, I'd build another one.
No problems. Yeah, this is a crazy game.
I have workers all over the place. They're still not going down on time on that power plant, unfortunately, and he's going to lose the supply truck up there as well.
So this is base swap at number 4.
Oh,
So players not growing any emotional attachments to their current base, letting it die. It's quite funny actually seeing a game like this where preservation of their base is not a concern for them at all. But
I'll just keep building up my army. It looks like the Overlord's going to take a little trip in the Helix.
yeah, I think at this stage Herb's looking in a very good position because he does have the Helix and the Overlords and the ECM Gatlings. So in a straight up fight, Herb could definitely win this. But quads are a more mobile army.
I just want to see Rage like try and take down the Helix and realize there's an Overlord inside. And I think that'll be a nice little surprise drop in there.
Building a supply now to get his economy rolling, and now Victim is actually doing the same.
We do
here.
see what I will now call the Overlord Helix moving in onto the central base of Rage. Looks
but
to do a
will
fair
he-
bit of aggression, but I don't know whether he's just going to leave it there over the tunnel network. I mean, you got to be careful with those quads, the amount of quads that Rage has. You really don't want to lose that Helix.
Yeah, but I think that's the only tunnel in the field, the second one being built now. So, Rage actually has
Depends
no...
what's that over the oil derricks right now? We still have...
Oh, it's a barracks.
He's got a barracks over there and a couple of garrisons, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I think the only
Right.
thing that Rage really has going for him is the refinery, which isn't really
Yeah.
a big deal. And I think Herb should use the Overlord Helix to actually take that down, because it does add up in the long run.
Yeah, it does. It'd be good for him to take it up now and just increase the costs on those vehicles.
Or maybe even capture it himself.
Yeah, and we don't. I mean, Rage doesn't even have an. Oh, we see the yet another command center going down as well from Herb. So hopefully he can keep control of this base this time.
And that single RPG is going to be very important because that can deny a forward supply or tunnel perhaps by this little worker here.
Yeah, it's going to follow the worker along.
So I think actually Victor may just be able to hold out and then just abuse the mobility of his quads and his tunnels, and then actually do some two-pronged attacks, and then have this supply here.
We do see the quads moving in on the barracks down the bottom, but there are in fact
more
mines down
mines.
there, and like, oh, are they going to trip him or?
Well, he tripped some of them.
He
That's,
tripped a couple of them, but not all of them. I think he doesn't now know there's mines there, so I think he's going to back off. Hopefully he saw them.
Yeah, he's going to probably wait until it regenerates and then move away, so
he doesn't in fact lose that.
Rage not having a lot of luck here with these minefields, but they haven't done that much damage as you would expect.
Up the top though, we do see the Helix taking down the refinery, but there's a lot of RPGs
no.
up there. Oh man, he's going to lose it. Is that got an Overlord in it still?
I hope not.
I really hope
no,
it.
there
Oh,
it is.
okay, good. He did in fact pop that out in time. He's going to back it right off into the corner.
Yeah, he
which is
should
good.
definitely just drop a Gatling to deal with those RPGs. But the Helix is very weak, but it can regenerate its health from the Overlord prop tower. It does take a while.
Oh, we just see an arty strike coming out from Herb, but I think it is going to miss unless
sell
it's... Yeah, it's going for the central there, and it's going to take out 4 workers. And,
Oh, he wasn't even aiming for the supply.
That's so smart.
And yet he sold. So a pretty big blow there by Rage, losing all of his income, but he does have enough to rebuild that. He's got to be careful he doesn't actually spend his money and therefore run out of it. So I think Herb going for his command center before anything else is actually a good move there, because the carpet bomb and the artillery strike, it's just so important.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely hold this base, especially with his army there at the moment. I mean, I don't know what to make. I don't know, dude. Like, maybe...
Probably,
like,
I think so.
Choose it. You work it out. Propaganda? Yeah, definitely. I don't know if he's asking us.
Who's he talking to? He's talking to us. It's like a time machine.
It's a time machine. Dude, I don't think you should build a prop. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Why? Overlords? I mean...
I would...
Because he doesn't really
I'll see how
have...
it goes. I maybe get some more GATs or something like that. I mean,
Wait, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
mean,
Yeah, he's only versing quads, so...
The quads are too scrapped and vetted to try and take them out with GATs. So basically battle masters as well. Again, they're not good.
The best plan probably would be
Overlords,
for Overlords
definitely.
for a prop. I mean, especially. Yeah, Overlords with the GAT upgrade probably, or something to deal with the RPGs, because I mean, what Rage does have some RPGs.
Oh, that's a lot of RPGs.
Fair
Wow.
ton of RPGs as well, which is why I was thinking about quads maybe. But
Yeah, he has that ECM
let's
still.
see how it goes.
He really needs to also regenerate the health on that Helix, get that back up so he can actually use, because right now he's
The
just
RPGs are going to catch that Overlord a little bit out of position, like. And I don't know what it can really do to deal with that. Oh my god! The RPGs! The RPGs! I think they took like half a second to take down most of their health.
That's actually a pretty big blow there. Because
Yeah,
now
he's way out of position. I mean, why didn't he move in the rest of his units? I mean, obviously he wanted to keep his base alive, but he just lost an Overlord, and that's his main way to deal with those quads. I'm not really sure what he can do
ECM
now.
and the 2 Gatlins could have taken off all those RPGs, but now the quads may actually engage here.
Scrap, yeah, they can
And
move
without
in. They can go ham, but like, oh, we do have a mine drop coming out.
That might actually catch the retreat on those. Oh, just gonna miss it, unfortunately.
No.
But it will back them off, and he really needs to buy some more time, because without the Overlord, then there goes any way for him to reliably and effectively deal with those quads. Because right now, I think Rage could actually take this game just because of how elite those quads are.
Oh,
I think that they're referred to Uber quads.
Uber quads.
Uber quads. When they have full vet and full scrap. It's only scrap 1 though, I think. I think that one's scrap 2.
So yeah, he
but
really needs a way. That's a massive quad RPG army.
Oh dear.
Thank you for talking to us. I really like it when
There must be
people
someone
decide to talk to us
spectating the
through
game.
thing, so. Okay. Oh, we do have a Gatling cannon coming down.
Not a bad choice there. That'll deal with both the RPGs and the quads.
He's just, he's really just got to buy the time to get those Overlords. If he gets,
Not a bad choice.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, if he's going for late game, that's what he wants. I mean, as long as he can hold off the pushes of Rage, he can win this. I mean, Rage is so far behind. I mean, like, building wise, I mean, he's invested so much money. He's got a lot of quads and RPGs and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure the only building he has is like a barracks. Does he even have a barracks?
He doesn't have his CC. He doesn't have a palace, losing worker after worker to these artillery strikes. So I think Herb's in a good position if he can hold this off and kind of build up his army. But I would like to see him build an airfield. It's only 1,000 for an airfield, and then it means he can heal up his Helix. Because that has so much potential. Once he fills that up with those RPGs, then he can do a lot of harassment with them and then really contain Rage in his base.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be good, especially with how spread out this map is. I mean, Rage currently has control of that top supply, but if he can just get a Helix in there, I mean, there's no tunnel network up there for now. He could really take good command of this game. The RD platforms are stopping her from pushing out.
Which he can kill with the Helix,
yeah,
no problems
exactly.
at all. Which he should have done before. He should
Yeah.
have just, you know, built an RPG. And I really didn't like how he didn't actually let that Helix regenerate from the prop tower.
Yeah.
Speaking of prop tower, he should probably buy one. It's only cost 500 for a prop tower, and then you just put it on his base and just let it regenerate his Helix, because that's like what, 3,500 funds just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And there's so much potential for Helixes. He is actually sending out a flame tank as well for some potential harassment here.
Yeah, scanning out for some loose buildings.
Actually,
for Rage.
Rage has exhausted all of the middle supplies.
Oh dear.
So now all he has left are these top ones.
So sending all these workers up, I don't know how good it'll be. It'll just be how good he can use these, what remains of his
Looks like
squads.
Rage will scatter
like-
though, and that's a pretty big deal, because now he's
Takes out a
throwing away
position.
scrap. He's just giving Rage scrap for his quads, which is not what you want to do. When you're in a stage like this, unit preservation is just so important that every scrap he gives him, it's also the cash bounty. It's putting Rage more and more ahead. But still, I think at this stage, there's a pretty big lead here for Herb because of how slow Rage is actually mining his supplies.
We do have another RD strike coming in, that's no doubt going
And the
for
hackers.
Supply, yeah.
But Rage has Herb has exhausted his own. So that's actually a pretty big deal. Both players not having much money.
Oh,
Herb being very on the.
cell going down there, and looks like now he will not in fact lose any workers.
Yeah,
but
Rage is too good. He hears it coming. It's quite like the bum bum bum. Sells the supply, walks away the workers, and he's actually going to probably build it in a weird position now to prevent further artillery strikes killing that. But now, is there another Overlord in the field? No, not yet.
So we're waiting for funds, I suppose. He does not have a lot of hackers at the moment. We do have a
Carpet
carpet
bomb
bomb coming in. I'm not sure. Lol, carpeted just as he. Yeah,
How is he seeing this?
I'm not really sure. Go to his field of view. Maybe he had like. I'm not sure. I don't actually know.
I think maybe the artillery strike reveals it for a while.
Yeah,
It must
it
do.
must have been for long enough. He must have thought he cancelled the other one or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was probably. I think. Yeah, smart Rage is smart. He was just trying to bait out the carpet bomb. That's
Man, Rage,
super smart,
you're too
man.
good.
I love you, dude. That's super cool.
Rage is my favorite zero-hour player.
That is just super.
Do you have a
cool.
favorite zero-hour player?
I think it's Rage.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's Rage.
He's the
Like,
winner of the 1.6 World Championship.
Oh yeah, which makes him just our favourite, and he is pretty nuts. And we have a mine drop coming down here from Herb, so I don't know where that's gonna land. Maybe he found a
It looks as though Rage is out of money. All he has is the CC, which he can then use to get the cash bounty.
Yeah. So he's
but-
definitely not out of this throwing out that command center. I mean, like.
It's just because he has a lot of RPGs. He has like probably 10 RPGs, and he has 4 or 5 of those Uber quads.
Yeah.
But you know, Herb is getting his hackers, and they are
Yeah.
getting vet now, which means they hack a little bit faster. You should probably sell this because it's not really doing any good. The supply.
Yeah, it's not going to take much for I mean, if Herb loses his army, that's going to be really dangerous. He really has to win this exchange in order to prevail against Rage. I mean, with his command center now, and he does have those RD platforms, so that's going to restrict the
It will
movement
slow
of
him
Herb.
down at least.
So yeah.
So look, I think. There we go.
There we go. There is the pop
Thank
now.
God.
Obviously thought, oh, you know what, I can do this Helix.
I should probably heal this
I should probably
Helix.
heal it up, like, so I can actually use it, you know. I mean, we do have that oil refinery still at the top, not really making much of a
No,
difference.
refinery,
given,
yeah.
given we have no,
Units being built.
Yeah, of
So
course,
this is
yeah,
a
no
fairly
arms still
slow
at the
game
moment.
now, but I think this push here from Herb will be the decider for this game because that's the only army that Herb has, apart from the Helix, which is a
Yeah,
long way
interestingly,
away.
not throwing down an Overlord in time, like
But
before he starts
still,
to move out.
There's so many RPGs here
yeah.
that I think they could
He could
definitely
lose this. I mean, he's only got one ECM in there. If he loses that, he's in trouble.
That's right, and he could definitely lose that ECM to 4 of those Uber quads because of how much raw damage they do. So I think there's going to be battle positioning here, but these quads, if they don't die, they'll heal. They will generate the health, so it could be
so the
very
army has
cutthroat engagement. Here it comes.
Okay, Herb is moving.
There's a flame tank as well, so that could mop up the commands in a matter of seconds here if Rage actually lets him take that down. So there's going to be a very cutthroat engagement here between these two armies. Will the RPGs be popped up out of these tunnels?
Yeah, he's definitely scouted it, so it'll be interesting to see if we have any moving out. The tunnel is stealth.
A little bit nervous,
that's,
Blake. It's going to come down to this
I'm
engagement
pretty,
right here.
I'm
There's a
pretty
carpet
nervous.
bomb as
Oh,
well.
but the carpet bomb's coming in now. Oh no, I'm actually managing to catch out the army of.
Rage is too good. He
Yeah,
never lets his army
Rage,
die to
no.
the carpet bomb.
He's
He's
too
always
good.
paying attention, never letting them do Much damage there too. Is that GPS scrambler on these
Oh,
quads?
it is. The quads are going to move in now. Oh, no, they are revealed.
From
of
the
course, by the
outpost.
listing outpost. That's quite important. The flame tank is moving in, but it's getting caught a little bit out of position. The quads are focusing down the gats, and the ECM
there goes
is
the
focusing
ECM.
down. ECM is down now. It's going to be so vulnerable.
Herb,
Oh,
you're getting owned.
dude, you're focusing like one gat. There's no way. No, he's going to lose that. The listing outpost is going to go
You
down.
can kite though, but actually the damage.
No,
engines,
it's too big. Yeah. It's too big.
The engine's
It's too
damaged
slow.
now.
Yeah, he's gonna pop out the RPGs, but they're just gonna die, and he's gonna try and stealth it.
man.
But no good on the stealth
a
either.
huge flop there by Herb, losing everything and
But,
not
like,
really killing
he
anything.
got like one quad, I think, out of that entire engagement. That's really bad for Herb. I mean, he's moving the Helix in now, so
It's
gonna
empty,
take out
isn't
the
it?
refinery. Yeah, I think he's just gonna take out the refinery. But like he can push to win. Right?
Oh, and
Just
an
push
anthrax
to
bomb.
one. If that's gonna take out the hackers, then
I don't know if it is though. I don't think it's going for hackers. It's probably just going to
Herb
go for
could be
the
in serious
supply,
trouble,
but there's nothing there. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with it, to be
yeah, he
honest.
definitely hasn't scouted the hackers, so he's not really sure
But
where
he
they
will
were.
now.
He's just
The hackers had now been scouted, and will they land? Nope.
No.
Oh, actually. Oh! There goes the hackers.
Rage. Okay, he's
May
managed to
even
take
lose the
out-
dozer.
Oh no, Dozer's taking a heap of damage. Do
Uh-oh.
not lose that dozer, man.
He doesn't have a
cannot
CC
afford it.
though, but still,
What's
it's a
his,
very...
What's his how much
money?
money has he got?
Not much.
Not a lot.
Oh, he
he's gonna
can't
lose
afford
it.
a hacker.
He's gonna lose it. Oh, it
man.
goes down. He can't
He's
even
going to
afford a
have to
hacker.
sell something to buy a new hacker. Actually, no, there are, I think, RPGs,
Units, yeah.
something inside of it. Maybe it's a
Oh,
single
Rage
tank.
even repaired that refinery just so he could keep it
Good work,
going.
Rage.
Well done.
But here come
He's
the
using
quads.
GPS scrambler. Oh, looks like no, the Gatling, the Helix will in fact go
Yeah,
away
it's going
in
to be
time.
basically impossible for Herb to avoid the quads because they're invisible. He can't see them. It's like he's just going to walk past
Super
them.
terrible. What's he going to pop out? Oh, it's a
Flame
flame tank. Here we go.
A lot of potential there
Yeah.
to take down the supply, but still at this stage, I
So
think
move
it's
into
over.
the center. Yeah,
I think
know.
it's over.
Yeah,
He
I
didn't
don't know.
even use the RPGs in that engagement. He completely owned him.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. He's going to move into the middle, but I'm not really sure what like Rage has in the middle. I mean, he doesn't really want to lose that either. If he loses the
Oh, the tunnels are invisible as well, but he does see they're being revealed because of the evac. So we'll have to see if the flame tank can actually do enough damage, because that's all that really has going for
that's
him.
a solidly garrison building there as well.
Still can't afford a hacker.
Yeah, it's going to be about
Unit preservation.
yeah, and the command points. His command points.
there
Man,
goes
you just threw away that dragon tank. That building is that garrison is like chock-a-block full of RPGs.
Just gonna fast
We're
forward.
going to fast forward a bit to see what happens. We do see the RD strike coming in, so that's going to do a bit of damage. But it looks like the quad will in fact, the car bomb will in fact go down. No, managed to get all the way through, and we'll actually manage to take out the barracks. So that's
It's only a barracks though, not a big deal.
That's a good job by Herb, but again, like I don't know what he can really do from this point. I mean, he's dropping off.
Nice.
Here we go.
He wants
that's
to-
more like a Herb. He's gonna really preserve that hacker. That's a really good spot to put it.
Because it means that it will no longer get anthrax bomb
But
because it's so
we
out
have a
of...
GPS scrambler, and that was
Oh
like
no,
the Helix.
the
Helix
Helix
is caught out by the
dies!
quads. Helix is down.
Alongside
I'm not really sure.
every hope of Herb taking
Okay.
this game, and now
Okay,
there
we'll
is...
just play this through, but like, there's a lot of mines everywhere, but I think he's gonna run
he's
through
onto
the middle of them. Yeah, he's onto it. Yeah, Rage is gonna
Sneak
hard.
attack, not there goes Herb from this game, I think. A mine drop landing on a couple of RPGs, not really a big deal.
Yeah, so a lot of going down, but no, it looks like he will in fact lose. The
Oh my
real
God,
issue there.
I could have got
my-
Lotus. Yeah, you probably should have got Lotus.
Yeah, probably should have got Lotus, man.
Well, and there goes Herb.
Bye, Herb. I'll see
okay,
you later.
so look.
Good game, but
That engagement where Herb threw away like 5 of
I mean,
those
he didn't
units.
have a battle master. He didn't have anything to deal. He knew he had so Rage has all these veterans.
But it was the
quads,
focusing.
so it's like, yeah.
He just wasn't focusing
He
anything.
was just like he
He
just
was
had one. Rage
chasing-
had like one quad like kiting away, just taking all the.
Yeah, he was
damage. It
chasing
like-
after the quad, while the other 4
Yeah.
quads were just destroying everything.
Yeah, which meant his gats weren't even spinning up. Like they weren't doing the damage they could be doing if they were standing.
I think he
still,
should have
so-
waited for the Helix.
Yeah.
Filled it with 5 RPGs, and he could have decimated the quads. Maybe not directly, but at least then it would have allowed his Gatlings to do so.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that was a really cool game. There were a lot of base
4
swapping.
base swaps.
4 base swaps.
Oh,
It's
man.
freaking ridiculous. Like they're just all over the place. It was really good to see a China like base swapping
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
over the place.
Not
like,
just the
GLA for sure, but like China's all over the place. So that was
Those
that
are in the
was
Helix.
A good game by Herb. Just a bit unfortunate late game there.
But of course, Rage being too good. Why do we even bother casting these games? We know Rage is going to win.
Might as well just like start the game. Okay, Rage is playing today.
So
ladies
he's
and
won
gentlemen.
this
So he's
GG
won
out of
this
this.
game.
Oh
We'll just
dear.
fast forward this one. No, but
Alright.
really
Well,
good
well
game.
played.
That was really quite enjoyable by both players. So
Alright, well, until next
quite
time.
good. We are the General Zerman.
Goodbye.